So Emma, welcome to the Frontier Unlocked Sofas. If people don't know who you are, would you mind introducing yourself and telling people what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the senior concept artist on Jurassic World Evolution 3. I also worked on Jurassic World Evolution 2, and I get to oversee the designs of all of our lovely dinosaurs.
So you're part of a team that make, or actually design these creatures, bring them to the game, bring them to life with information from paleontologists and Universal as well.
Yeah, exactly. So once we get that species name that we're going to add into the game, we jump straight into research to begin with. I like looking at the skeleton, the fossil. Do we have any cool fossilized material to work with? Do we need to maybe use fossil evidence from other species? And keeping in mind all that research, we also balance it thinking about how can we imagine this animal? What would this animal look like in the Jurassic World franchise?
Yeah. So let's kick things off with the Utah Raptor that we revealed a couple of weeks ago. People were very excited to see this guy back again. Can you just tell us about the Utah Raptor, like as a whole, what players can expect?
Yeah, so the Utahraptor is a dromaeosaurid. So that's the same family as Velociraptor. And from that family, they were the biggest. So in their environment in the early Cretaceous, they were the apex predator. And they were particularly robust and quite heavy for a dromaeosaur. And they had to be because they were hunting ankylosaurids.
Blimey, that's a big boy to chew through, absolutely. Yeah. So dimorphism is a huge part of Jurassic World Evolution 3. So can you tell us about what differences the male and the female Utahraptors have?
Yeah, sure. So now the Jurassic World Evolution 3, we have males and females. Until now, we only had females. So the differences with the Utahraptor, we went for something quite naturalistic and a little bit subtle, but once you train your eye to see it, you'll feel like a really accomplished ranger. So the male is a little bit more robust, a little bit, it's got a slightly bigger crest on the head, a little bit larger body, while the female is a little bit more slim. And the male also has a slightly different pattern as well. It's got a really cool line going down the neck.
You've got the males, you've got the females, but you've also got the juveniles. So how do they compare when you're designing those?
Yeah, well, the juvenile it's like designing another dinosaur. It's the same amount of work. And we usually have way less fossil evidence to work with, so we have to supplement a lot of it looking at real-life animals and how we have to look at a lot of baby animals, essentially. So we look at, say, baby birds and how much the skull in particular changes quite a lot as they grow up. And using that science, we end up with really cute babies.
So it's not just artistic license to make them look really, really cute and adorable. There's genuine science behind how they look.
The science makes them extra cute.
That's so cool. So with obviously breeding in the game and the juveniles with their adult parents, what kind of traits can you see being passed down?
Well, just like in nature, if you've got a beautiful herd of your red Utahraptors, the juveniles are also going to be carrying on that trait and look like their parents, and they're going to be red as well.
So feathers are a big part of the Utahraptor's design. It's very, very distinctive. Did you have real world evidence of the feathers that they have in the game?
Yeah, well, we have a lot of fossils showing us that dromaeosaurs had feathers. We don't have any for the Utahraptor yet, but we do have them for related species, and we can even see on those species that on the arm there's little holes for the quill knobs, where the feathers would have come out of, and we wanted to make sure we got that shape right because it's quite a particular type of wing. They couldn't quite use it to fly.
So even though the Utahraptors, obviously it's a predator, it's carnivorous, but when you've got them in your parks, your herds, they are quite family oriented.
Yeah, they are, and we even have fossil evidence for this. We've got fossils of the whole family, of the adult with the juvenile, and they're eating their little hunted dinosaur that they had, and they're just all a family unit. You don't want to separate them in your park.
Absolutely not. So one of the other dinosaurs that we revealed was the Lokiceratops, and I think that one has gone down pretty well with prospective players. Can you tell us more about the Lokiceratops itself?
Yeah, so the Lokiceratops is a ceratopsian, and it's been a while since we've had a new one in the game, so this was really our chance to put a lot of love and energy into this one, make it the best it can be. We looked at a lot of fossil evidence, even for the skin, even on the materials on the Lokiceratops itself. We looked at fossilized skin impression from other ceratopsians to really add in those extra science details.
Speaking of details, again, we have the dimorphism in Jurassic World Evolution 3. How do the male and the females differ?
So the Lokiceratops, I'd say, is an example of quite prominent dimorphism. So the male and female have slightly different crests, and even in the fossil itself is a really cool skull. It's almost complete, and you can see how asymmetrical it is. And we represented that in the game as well. So the male and female both have slightly asymmetrical crests with that little bit of lovely natural wonkiness that really makes them feel alive.
Yeah, and of course you've got the juveniles as well. How are they to design and compare to the adults?
Well, the juvenile, we do actually have skulls of juvenile ceratopsians, and they're really adorable, and they also have quite a different head shape, which was interesting. They've got really big eyes, like they've not quite grown into their crest yet. So that was really fun to reference, and I think our final juveniles are so cute. I think they're one of my favourites.
That's amazing. So the moral of the story is, for the Lokiceratops and the Utahraptor, science is quite simply cute.
Yes.
And I think people are going to be really, really excited to get them in their parks. Emma, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your insight onto designing these dinosaurs. Thank you for taking the time. Really, really do appreciate it.